What up, everybody? Slashing Through here with another review, and this time it's Mortal Kombat. Um, First of all, let me tell you why this movie is actually pretty okay. Pretty okay. Yes, that's what I said. Um, First of all, there's a lot of good things about this movie, and there are a lot of things that everybody is expecting from a Mortal Kombat movie that is in this movie. So, let me start off with a few of the good points. Um, the actual fighting this time looks like fighting. We don't forget the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie was, it was okay. It was nothing special. It was nothing PG-13, etc., etc. So all the big Mortal Kombat things weren't in there, but we get those. The fighting scenes are nicely over the top. Don't expect any true martial arts stuff. It is really over the top, and if that's the stuff that you like, then yeah, you will enjoy this for sure. Um, the opening scene amazingly done. I think you can even watch the first 7 minutes of it on YouTube for free. Um, and it really has this nice vibe to it, and it shows how they wanted to portray the characters in a more serious way. And actually, that is a really good thing. That is what everybody wanted. Everybody wanted a more serious, wanted a more serious tone inside of the movie. Well, next to that, I really enjoyed Sub-Zero in this movie. He really has been set up to be this freaking badass, and the way that they did everything with that character really is amazingly done. Most of the things with Scorpion, those are okay. The main focus of the movie is not Scorpion. It focuses on his bloodline. Um, what you get is a new character that is having his bloodline. Without spoiling anything, basically, because his bloodline continues, he can return to Earth. This is something that I was not really a big fan of. I'm really into the old game story where Quan Chi was using Scorpion to do his bidding, to get him out of hell, to get him free again. And in this case, yeah, there's not much to say. You don't know why Scorpion is going to the Nether Realm. You don't get any explanations of this, um, which is a shame because that's so much potential already a bit wasted. But what we do get back in this movie is the Mortal Kombat feel. You have the fatalities, you have the action scenes, you have so much stuff that is in there that we all wanted. There are some really good characters, Hanzo, the human form of Scorpion was really well done. He's a family man, and that really shows back in what they did with the opening scene. Sub-Zero, like I said, amazing character, really good. Jax was done pretty well. The way that everything started out from him being some sort of detective in thinking or trying to solve why fighters of uh, fighters of the world get certain marks set to them, which they continue on and explain later in the story. But I'm not gonna go dwell into everything. I really love that fighting scene with Kano and Reptile. Really well done. Everything just fitted, and it showed the true Kano character at the end. Again, no spoilers. If you see it, you understand what I mean. Um, but there were also a lot of things that I went like, okay, this is not really that great. We have the original Mortal Kombat from 1995, of course, where Shang Tsung was really the badass dude that he needed to be. He had and that's also because of the great acting done for that character. But in the 1995 Mortal Kombat, Shang Tsung was there. He had a presence. You felt that he was in every scene, or at least he overlooked every scene. And what happens right now is that Shang Tsung is basically a bit of a back character, which actually defies what he should be doing. It's not a side uh, character. It's somebody that should be on the foreground. He should be in control, and you don't really have the feeling that he's really in control of everything. Another thing that I really didn't like was the way that they just used Goro as some sort of brute, trying to find Cole Young. Yeah, um, that scene and everything was fine, but you don't get an explanation about who Goro is, and uh, you missing that he is the prince. You missing that he won all these tournaments for Shang Tsung, and that he basically is some sort of bodyguard for him, and that's completely not in the movie, and that is such a wasted potential. The same goes for Melina. Melina has such a rich backstory, and they just made a goon out of her. Um, it was not portraying what that character is. Um, that one of the worst things that you can have is that you underdevelop the characters that have a rich backstory, and that kind of happened here. I'm not sure if that is just because of playtime or they just wanted to focus on Cole Young. I don't know. For me, it was not necessary. Cole Young, it's a character that we can forget. I believe that at the moment there are 97 Mortal Kombat characters out there. They had 97 potential things, and maybe even better to have Striker in it. I don't know. Maybe in the next one. I don't know. Um, the story itself, it's okay. It's nothing special. What we get is great action, and that is what is making this movie. It is not the story that is making the movie. And one of the worst things about it is it's actually a bit sequel driven. They set up everything for the next one, and we know what happened. We had in 1995, we had the original Mortal Kombat movie, and in 1997 we had Mortal Kombat Annihilation. So, yeah, let's not talk about that too much because everybody knows what happened there. Um, but because they are sequel driven, it means that they are maybe not even gonna get the same actors back in time for the next movie, or maybe there's not even gonna be a next movie. But everything is being set up in such a way that there would be a follow up movie, and maybe there are gonna be even more movies. It could be, but could be, yeah. I think that's the best way you can describe it. It could be. And if it stops here, we have a incomplete story and an incomplete movie. I felt that they rushed it a bit at the end. Um, Again, I won't spoil anything of this, but they rushed it a bit in the end, and there could have been so much more. They have so much, well, potential to use from backstories of the other Mortal Kombat games and stuff. And I know we cannot reuse everything from the Mortal Kombat games. Even the Mortal Kombat games got a reboot with Mortal Kombat 9. So, you know, it's not a bad thing that they want to try out new things. But what they are now doing is that if you don't do enough for the story, then people still will not understand what will go on currently. And yeah, it's a shame. That part is really a shame. All in all, what we get, it's a good movie for some nice popcorn entertainment. I believe if people are really heavily into martial arts, they will not like it that much. Because there's not so much martial arts in this, because everything is so over the top, and I'm not talking about Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon kind of stuff, but I'm talking about actually over the top, uh, I don't know, 300 spins in 1 second kind of things. But one of the nicest things about this movie, and that is why I enjoyed it, was it embodies these fatality things. And I must say, there's a big shout out needed for the Kung Lao character. What an amazing scene, and what an amazing thing what happened with that. Really good stuff. And I really hope they can make a second one, and I really hope they can continue at least a bit of the vibe that this one has. And let's hope they can do this. But for me, the movie at this point, I would give it a 7 out of 10. Purely because I'm a Mortal Kombat fan as well. I'm a big gamer. I was happy with what I got. But if I truly look at a really good movie, or it should be a great movie, yeah, it is lacking in a lot of departments. And is it maybe better than the 1995 movie? In a lot of ways, yes, but the bar has not been put that high for this movie then, if the 1995 is the standard. Let's face it, it's not that hard to top it. Um, all in all, it's a good movie. Go watch it, and see you next time.